It is so common for people to suppress and be afraid of their emotions, especially the more taboo ones such as anger, grief, shame. These emotions are shamed a lot, and I think it's really sad because one of the reasons that we come here into this world where duality exists is to feel the full range of emotions, because that is something that is so unique to this realm, is the ability to experience the deepest, darkest depths and the highest, most blissful highs. Something I really stand for and strongly believe in is like giving ourselves the space to sit with those emotions that, we're taught not to feel and taught to run away from, because without experiencing those depths of our being, we cannot experience the full potential of our being. Like, we cannot experience the other end of the spectrum to its greatest potential. Also, we cannot achieve a state of balance in our being unless we allow ourselves to feel the more negative emotions. That's what balance is. It's embracing both sides of the coin. It's embracing both energies that exist within us all and within this world. So creating space for ourselves to process and express and accept these more negative aspects of ourselves is so incredibly important for the process of healing, the process of stepping into our power, for the process of reaching our highest potential. We need to take the time to look at those parts of ourselves. And there are so many ways that we can do this. There are so many modalities. Some of my favorite are journaling, meditation, yoga, breath work, something called EFT tapping. That is probably in the top 3 because it really allows you to get to the root of the wound, of the issue, and like deeply, fully feel it and then actually release it. Journaling is amazing as well because it can help you make sense of what's going on up here, and then that allows us to become more present in our body. Yoga is amazing because any type of movement really, like, if yoga's not your thing, you could try like qigong, even just like somatic practices. Yoga is a form of somatic healing because it involves movement of the body and moving those like energies and emotions and alchemizing them essentially. The other thing as well is like literally something that is so powerful yet so underrated is just like sitting with your emotions. If you're feeling something and you get that urge, you want to like run away from it or distract yourself, instead of doing that, even if it's just for like a few moments, I encourage you to just like take a moment and actually sit with it and just feel it. Just allow yourself to feel it, even if it's only for a few minutes, and then you still want to do that thing that you impulsively usually do, like you can do that. But if you can get into practice of actually just taking even just a moment to sit with it and accept it as it is without trying to change it, I guarantee you this will change your life and the way that you look at your emotions. We really cannot heal unless we learn how to love those parts of ourselves, until we learn how to deeply accept all parts of ourselves, which includes the most negative parts of ourselves. If we continue to just suppress them and just like demonize those parts of ourselves, they're actually only going to get worse. And more like when they're suppressed, they come out in more passive ways, but actually it's worse because you're not really aware of it. So we want to be aware of these parts of ourselves and give them understanding and love and compassion, and that is actually what creates healing. So essentially, to sum up what I'm saying, if we want to actually alchemize and heal our emotions, our negative emotions, running away from them and suppressing them isn't actually going to help. And what actually allows us to alchemize them, and when I say alchemize, like the term alchemy is the process of changing one form into another form. So it's like taking metal and turning it into gold. And so when we're talking about our emotions, when we're talking about taking something negative and turning it into a positive or something neutral, to actually alchemize our emotions, we do actually need to look at them and sit with them and accept them and allow them to move through us without fighting them or resisting them. And there's so many ways we can do that, as I mentioned before. And you know, it's up to you, up to the individual to find what works for them. I highly recommend, you know, trying out different modalities and different ways of healing and processing your emotions. Just want to say that, like, sometimes I find it hard to sit with my emotions. It is challenging at times, but that's kind of the beauty in it. Like, what is life without challenge? What is life like? Life is not meant to be easy. I love that saying where it's like, hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. Like, that saying really sums it up so well. And so making those harder choices to actually like face those parts of ourselves is like one of the most powerful things we can ever do for ourselves. So I'm sending you so much love. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your morning, day, evening, whatever time it is for you. Peace.